Hey there, curious minds. Have you ever thought to yourself, oh my god, this is so hard to understand when you're studying on something? Let me ask you something else. Have you ever heard the saying, practice makes perfect? Well, it turns out there's some serious scientific evidence behind this, and you can rewire your brain to understand what you find extremely hard to grasp. Get ready to be amazed because today we're diving headfirst into one of the brain's most mind-blowing superpowers, neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity? Many might find it surprising, but the notion of a close connection between our brain and behavior goes even deeper. This relationship is actually reciprocal, meaning both sides influence each other. It's not just our brains dictating our actions, but also our behaviors and experiences that can literally, physically reshape the brain itself thanks to a superb function of our brain, neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity might sound like a mouthful, but fear not, we're going to break it down into bite-sized pieces. Simply put, neuroplasticity refers to the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Yep, you heard that right. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself, shaping and reshaping in response to experiences, learning, and even injury. The word plastic might instantly conjure images of bottles and shopping bags, but its origins hold a deeper meaning. It comes from the Greek verb plastein, translating to mold or form, highlighting the inherent flexibility and malleability associated with the term. Modern materials were named plastics due to their incredible ability to be shaped into almost any desired form. Interestingly, in 1980, William James offered a different perspective on plasticity, describing it as possessing a structure that can bend under pressure but still retains its core strength, not succumbing entirely. Think of your brain as the ultimate shapeshifter, constantly adapting to the ever-changing landscape of your life. From learning a new skill to recovering from an injury, neuroplasticity is the brain's secret weapon, allowing it to bounce back, grow, and evolve like a finely tuned machine. Now let's zoom in a bit and take a closer look at the brain's building blocks, neurons. These tiny but mighty cells are the superheroes of neuroplasticity, firing signals and forming connections that shape our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. We will explain these tiny fellas with more detail later on in another video. It is super important to understand them and how they work because that workflow controls everything you experience. If you wish to understand how your own body and mind works, what affects your behaviors, and what makes you the person who you are today, subscribe now and turn the notifications on because we have an endless journey ahead as psychic community and we'd be honored to have you on board. Let's get back to the phrase, practice makes perfect. Every time you engage in a new activity or learn something new, your brain goes into overdrive, rewiring itself to accommodate the new information. Whether it's mastering a musical instrument or picking up a new language, each experience leaves its mark on your brain's ever-changing landscape. Now, let's talk about synaptic plasticity, the process by which the connections between neurons, known as synapses, are strengthened or weakened over time. Picture these synapses as bridges between neurons, and with each new experience, these bridges can either be reinforced or rerouted, shaping the way information flows within your brain. So, how can we harness the power of neuroplasticity to our advantage? Well, the good news is, you're already doing it every single day. Whether you realize it or not, every new skill you learn, every memory you form, and every habit you develop is a testament to your brain's incredible adaptability. Imagine this. You're going about your day, seeing the world in all its color and detail, and then, in a flash, everything changes. You lose your sight. Now, some stories might tell you your other senses magically become superhuman, but the truth behind neuroplasticity is even cooler. The brain doesn't just abandon ship when vision goes down. Instead, it pulls off a remarkable trick. It takes areas previously dedicated to processing sights and repurposes them. These areas become more attuned to touch, sound, or smell. It's like the brain is saying, okay, vision's out. Let's crank up the volume on these other senses. This heightened sensitivity doesn't happen overnight though. It takes focused training and experience, but it's a testament to the brain's incredible ability to adapt and learn throughout life. Interestingly, people born blind often have even more pronounced adaptations in their remaining senses. This amazing ability to adapt isn't limited to vision loss. Think about someone who has been in a car accident and suffers a head injury, especially in an area crucial for speech production, Broca's area, which we'll dive into later. This damage can leave them unable to speak, even though they understand what others are saying. But guess what? Just like a baby learning to talk, the brain can actually start to redevelop that speech center. Through therapy and focused effort, the brain can rewire itself, allowing them to regain their ability to speak. Without this incredible brain plasticity, recovering from injuries or adapting to new situations would be much harder, if not impossible. Neuroplasticity shows us that our brains are more like gyms than museums. They're constantly changing and evolving based on our experiences. Pretty amazing, right? So, we've seen how the brain can rewire itself after vision loss and even heal from injuries, but what does all this have to do with everyday life, you ask? Well, buckle up, because neuroplasticity holds the key to unlocking your learning potential and boosting your brain power at any age. Remember that gym analogy we mentioned? Think of learning a new language as a workout routine for your brain. As you practice and study, your brain strengthens the connections between neurons, forming new pathways specifically dedicated to that language. With consistent effort, these pathways become more efficient, allowing you to converse and understand complex concepts with ease. The same principle applies to picking up a new instrument, mastering a new skill, or even improving your memory. By actively engaging in these activities, you're essentially giving your brain a workout, encouraging it to form new connections and strengthen existing ones. This is why the earlier you start practicing, the easier it is to learn. A young brain is even more adaptable than an adult brain, making learning new things come more naturally. But here is the good news. Even if you're not a child anymore, neuroplasticity doesn't have an age limit. No matter your stage in life, you can leverage this amazing ability to enhance your cognitive abilities. Here are some practical ways to incorporate neuroplasticity into your daily routine. Challenge yourself. Step outside your comfort zone. Learn a new skill, take online courses, or simply try a different route to work. Exposing your brain to new experiences promotes the growth of new neural connections. Embrace lifelong learning. Never stop feeding your curiosity. Read books on diverse topics, engage in stimulating conversations, or explore new hobbies. Keeping your brain actively engaged is crucial for maintaining cognitive function and fostering neuroplasticity. Embrace a healthy lifestyle. Exercise regularly, get enough sleep, and eat a balanced diet. These healthy habits not only improve your physical well-being, but also nourish your brain and promote optimal neural function. Remember, consistency is the key. Just like building muscle at the gym, neuroplasticity requires regular effort. By incorporating these practices into your daily life, you can harness the power of your brain's incredible ability to learn, adapt, and grow throughout your life. So the next time you feel stuck in a rut, remember, your brain is a fitness center waiting to be explored. Go out there, learn new things, and unlock the full potential of your amazing brain. While neuroplasticity offers incredible potential for learning, adaptation, and recovery, it is important to acknowledge that it has a dark side as well. Just like any powerful tool, neuroplasticity can have unintended consequences. From the impact of trauma to the harmful effects of chronic stress, our brains are constantly being shaped by our experiences, for better or for worse. Here are some things to keep in mind. Negative habits and addictions. Remember how we talked about strengthening connections through repetition? Unfortunately, this applies to negative habits and addictions too. Every time you engage in an unhealthy behavior like smoking or excessive social media use, the brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with that behavior. This can make it increasingly difficult to break free from those habits even if you know they're harmful. Chronic pain. Neuroplasticity can play a role in chronic pain conditions. After experiencing pain, the brain can become hypersensitive to certain stimuli, even in the absence of actual physical injury. This can lead to a cycle of pain and negative thoughts, further reinforcing the pain pathways in the brain. Post-traumatic stress disorder. In cases of PTSD, traumatic experiences can leave lasting imprints on the brain. The brain may become hyper-focused on threats and danger, leading to symptoms like anxiety, flashbacks, and nightmares. While therapy can help rewire these pathways, it's a complex process that highlights the potential drawbacks of neuroplasticity. Phantom limb pain. People who have undergone amputations can experience phantom limb pain, where they feel pain or discomfort originating from the missing limb. This is because the brain areas previously responsible for processing sensation from that limb remain active, even though the limb itself is gone. It is crucial to remember that these are just some examples, and the full extent of neuroplasticity's dark side is still under active research. However, understanding these potential drawbacks is vital for responsible use of this powerful ability. The key takeaway here isn't to fear neuroplasticity, but to approach it with awareness and caution. By being mindful of the potential consequences of our actions and choices, we can harness the positive aspects of neuroplasticity while mitigating its potential downsides. Remember, your brain is a powerful tool, and just like any tool, it needs to be used responsibly and with a clear understanding of its capabilities and limitations. So, there you have it. The awe-inspiring world of neuroplasticity in all its glory. From learning and memory to recovery and rehabilitation, the brain's ability to adapt and change is nothing short of extraordinary. So the next time you find yourself facing a challenge or embarking on a new adventure, remember this: your brain is capable of so much more than you could ever imagine. So go ahead, unlock the power of your brain, and embrace the endless possibilities that await. Please tell us in the comments section what kind of value you've seen in our content. Remember, this was the first and many is on the way, and we will grow with your support. See you on the next video.